Welcome back, everybody. This is Tom Olson here with Good Success, and I can't wait to get into today's lesson, today's question from the 30 Days to Good Success journey. I hope that you are on your pathway to good success. I hope that you're going to have good success every day in your life, and I know it's something that we have to do every day. Good success is not a destination. It's a journey, and it's the daily grind. It's doing the right thing, being the right person, doing the right thing for the right reason, with the right people for the right amount of time. And I know it takes a lot of work and a lot of effort. That's part of the reason why I'm trying to get you in the habit of doing something every day to help your success and to put you on the right pathway to be able to have the right kind of success. Question number 26 question number 25. We are on question number 25. And, this is a question that kind of articulates what a lot of different books say, like Think and Grow Rich will say this, and many other books that kind of talk about maybe the power of the mastermind, or the power of having a great network. I've heard a great statement that I hear in different circles that I'm in, that your network is your net worth. I actually believe it's a step farther than that. I believe your network is not only your net worth, it's also your survival plan. Those are the people that are going to be there for you when they need you, and when they need to be able to have a net, or so to speak, when they fall on hard times. So there is risk. Absolutely, there is risk in trusting people, but I actually believe there's far greater risk in not trusting anybody. So question number 25 is simply, who is in your top five? So who are the people that are in your top five? So, I've heard statements said, I think it's either Zig Ziglar or it's Jim Rohn that says you are the average of the five people that you spend the most time with. So the more time you spend with specific people and different people in our lives, the more we become like them, the more we glean their knowledge and their experience and their connections and their network. And I think the network is very important. I think something that most people don't learn until they're too late or too old is that if you can't get out of yourself and go out and connect with other people, you're never going to know what they know. The other side of this as well is I think sometimes we need to be kind to the people that can't give us anything. So a lot of times I'll go to meetings and I'll look at those kids. I'll look at the 18-year-old kid at the table trying to help, and I'll say, hey, how can I be of help to you? What do you need? What can I do for you? Because you never know who that kid's going to be, and you also never know what experience they have. A lot of times we don't think that we can learn from our children, but we absolutely can. Sometimes the simplest things in life and the best lessons come from kids. But I think everybody should have a top five list. Everybody should have a list of those five people. So think about this, the five people that you would call if you were going to die and you needed help with something, or maybe you weren't going to die, but you needed to make a decision by midnight tonight. Who are those five people that you are going to call? Do you have a group of trusted advisors? In our masterminds, this is part of why I love the mastermind concept, because a lot of times, a lot of the people that are in my top five came from masterminds throughout the years. I've been going to masterminds for over 10 years now. And I have many of my top five people that have come in or out of my top five, or maybe they're not in my top five as a whole, but maybe they're also in my top five for a specific thing. Maybe if I need to know about notes, hey, I'm going to go to that person. This guy may not be my top five of everything, but if I need to know something about notes, I'm going to go to him. Maybe an accountant, or maybe an attorney, or maybe a professional service of a different kind. Maybe when we're talking about VAs or business loans or whatever the case is, you should have these top advisors that you can go to. I believe everybody ought to go to our pastor, and our pastors ought to be our advisors. Sometimes our spouses can be our advisors in different areas of our life. So I think part of your top five, like I said, should be a trusted accountant, an attorney, a trusted spiritual mentor, maybe a health coach, maybe a wellness coach. Just make sure that your top five isn't all the same people, and they have the same core geniuses and the same strengths, and they see things from the same perspective. I think sometimes we get in communities and that's the top five. We end up picking a lot of people that are just like us, but you have to understand sometimes times if you're looking at a product, for instance, you need to see the seller's perspective. You also need to see the customer's perspective. You also need to see the perspective of the person making the product, and maybe the person loaning the money to be able to make the product, or maybe the perspective of the machine that makes the product, or the process itself. There's many different perspectives, and you want to be able to see all those different perspectives. Look for people with different backgrounds, different skills, different spiritual and life experiences, different gifts, different spiritual gifts, different personalities. In our business, we want to try to put people together that fit together and that work well together, because a lot of times one person's strengths makes up for the other person's weaknesses. So like I said, you want to find people that are good at life, that work together. I think knowing things like the Enneagram, or knowing things like different personalities, we do a lot of profile testing on our people, just so we know how to work with people and how to have a better community and how to work together better. 16 personalities is a great way to be able to find that out as well. But who are your top 5? Stephen Covey says, while there is risk in trusting people, there is a far greater risk in not trusting people. So go to page 134 in your book, and then just put it in, who is your top 5 now? And who do you think your top 5 needs to be? Who should that include? People that maybe are in these type of areas. And again, if you're interested, if you're thinking about a mastermind and you say, hey, I want to put myself in the room with the right kind of people that are focused on doing the right kind of things and for the right reason with the right people. Again, this is part of this. Your top 5 is the right people for the right amount of time. Check out the Good Success Mastermind at www.goodsuccess.com. If you're local in the Northwest Indiana area, and I know that we're also going to be planting community Go-Giver clubs around the country, you could always find us there as well. But if you're interested in the mastermind, if you don't join our mastermind, that's okay. I just encourage you to join some mastermind. Get yourself in a community where you can be vulnerable. You can get up in front of them and you can tell them what's going on. Not just like all the stuff that you want everybody to hear, but all the stuff that you really don't want people to hear, and all those problems and issues that are coming up, and those biggest pain points. If I could be here and I could bring you the top advisors in the world and say, hey, they've been through many different things, and you could say, hey, I got this one problem, and if that was a magic genie, I could fix that one problem. What would it be? That's the power of a mastermind, and that's the power of having trusted advisors. I believe in the multitude of counselors. So that means in having many counselors, there is safety. The one more thing that I'll caution, and I'll let you go today, is be very, very careful to use that concept of a multitude of counselors, there is safety, to just kind of continue to go to more and more people, asking them about the issue, and just waiting until you finally hear the answer that you want to hear. Normally, the answer that you want to hear is not the right answer. It's that answer that you know is the right answer, and it's not really the one that you want to hear. So I hope this helps you today. I encourage you to go out and get those top 5 people, and write that list of who your initial top 5 people are today. And you know what? Maybe you only have 1 or 2 people on your list, and you need 3 more people. Maybe you need a mastermind. So who are your top preferred professionals? Your accountants, your attorneys, your trusted personal person, or maybe your spiritual mentor. And then who should your top 5 be? And then who is your first call? Who do you need to call? Maybe do you need to search for a mastermind, or do you need to search to get yourself in a community that you think might be able to help you down the road? Either way, I hope we can be here to support you at Good Success, and I hope you will consider the Good Success Mastermind. That's going to do it for today's episode. I can't wait to see you here tomorrow for question number 26. This also has to do with people and influential people in your life, but it's not going to push you to a mastermind or anything, but it's going to challenge you to kind of know why and how your life was created and who the people are that have influenced you. But can't wait for 26. I'm getting ahead of myself here, but thank you so much for having time with me and giving time to the Good Success community. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much for your time, and I can't wait to see you back here tomorrow for day 26 of the 30 days to Good Success. Have a good success day.